What up, peeps? It's your girl, Dosh. Come back from Will Takes. Well, it's every time again. It's reaction time. This is to Disney's Willow. This will be for episode 3, titled "The Battle of the Slaughtered Lamb." Now, I enjoyed the last episode, seeing Willow pretty much having to get Elora Danan to see if her powers are there. They, of course, have been dormant. She's truly never used them. She's been living in plain sight, with Queen Sorsha and Matt again prior, to any of this happening. Now, mind you, when we do see flashbacks of Willow speaking with Sorsha to see if he can teach her, but she's like, I don't want her to have that type of responsibility to have to worry about that. Just want her to be a normal young girl, this and another, and of course making comments about him never being a good sorcerer. And it's just like, yeah, really? Last time I checked, you ain't no psychic. You don't know what he can be. But here we are, where she's waking up out of some sort of nightmare and saying Willow's name, and then how we have a set of group of people put together to go find her son, Prince Eric. So clearly he's needing some form of fashion, but it is what it is. I felt that was such hurtful words she said to him, and then him eventually seeing her as a young little girl. Hair doesn't look, like it does anymore. Ginger is definitely blonde. Her trying to come to terms, with this newfound information about herself, being, she's like, I've never been anybody, I've been a nobody. My name is Dove. That's what it was called. Her real name being, I think it was Hilga or something, being teased. And then, him trying to, give her a certain chance to say if she does this, it'll sprout these little beings that will, turn, into like some plant and grow and grow and grow. Now, mind you, Sorsha sends, Commander Valentine out to get him, but he's infected from the fight and the battle he has. So they're trying to pretty much use him as, what they want to say, like a disciple. He infects his 2 other guys, and they're out looking, for Willow and Elora Danan as well, knowing that she's with them. Hence, what's happening to Valentine. And you see the scene of, Willow's daughter, trying to lead them off the trail, but they kind of pick it up, and then she kind of hides, which I'm glad she was able to get away with them trying to, come for her. But now we know they're in, in trouble, because in the midst of, Laura trying to figure out and keep doing a chant, little by little, you see the scene where Valentine eventually, knocks her out and takes her. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen. I don't know why she left the group by herself, but it's just, further in the story. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into it. I'll say the rest of my thoughts at the end, you guys.
For 40 days, Tiberius lay siege to the capital, starving his own people to force his brother to abdicate his throne. Then she assembled the Lux Arcana, a magical key that activated the enchanted armor so it would only serve he who was worthy of its awesome power.
Laura!
That's really...
You know who she is? And you know why I got her?
What was that? Commander Valentine says he's here on orders from Sorsha to take Elora back to Terzi.
That's so. It's not up to the Queen to decide anymore anyway. It's up to Elora, and it doesn't look like you asked her.
What are you doing?
I'm rescuing you!
Was no one else available?
You know what, girl? What the heck did he do?
What happened to them?
Infected.
Poison?
Possession. One of the Gales must have touched one of them with a staff.
Valentine. Pin him down.
Stars align, doors open. Sphere turns to gods awoken. Extinguish the flames, snuff out the light. And I found a jump to the 13th night.
A swirling vortex of rage and madness there's no escape from.
That's right, get up. There you go. That's...
You can't just, meditate or something?
No.
We can't hesitate. I didn't hesitate. I was trying to save you. I don't need saving, Jade.
Girl, you can't even fight. Like, my God.
You're saying you let me win? I never thought that you would be fighting for your life. Yes, based upon our modest repast.
There are men coming for me.
Oh, we do not doubt that. You do have a pleasing aspect and fine complexion.
No, wicked men.
In case you hadn't noticed, a portal between dimensions is opening. And when they reach it, Elora will be lost.
To myself.
You're so busy talking.
Trust me, Mom. You do not want to go down that road.
Ooh. Girl, come on, girl. Oh no! Come on, move!
With you, just don't hurt her.
You're responsible. Your arrogance and defiance got them killed. Countless more will die.
You know, the Curious isn't a weapon. It's a shield.
Against what?
Darkness.
What?
Maybe there's a reason with the no one underground. Maybe you can't protect them anymore.
I can't let my emotions impel me to waste my magic. If I do, I won't have enough left to fight when we get to...
It's a graveyard.
Hey, what can I say? I'm as disappointed as you are.
It's down there.
I don't want to find out, Princess.
Yeah. I'm not going down there.
Of course not. I need you to stay here and pull me up. Okay, look out for the road rats.
What?
See ya.
Up that path. Across the plateau through the gates. We are awaiting my brothers. We're going home.
I changed my mind. I decline.
How did you?
I'm magic. I am a war cannon. And I will do a spell that will summon the forces of good to my aid. Kick all your asses. Tuatha! Athrakmara! Hoatha!
I know it's not just one.
Herman. Yeah. I'm gonna need you to come up now.
Let's go break to one of the barrier knives.
Just get everyone to stop fighting and get back in the ring. Second thought, keep fighting.
Protecting my best friend.
Has led you here to this moment. You have to protect them. If you don't, seriously, Galador, the world performs the will of the crown.
It's late. I don't think we can get out the way we came in.
There's another way. Those steps?
No, we can't go that way.
When I used to do magic, you want to fly us out of here? No? Well, then I'm going up the big scary steps.
Oh my god.
Mad magic.
We have to get into shelter.
I don't even know where we're in the middle of.
I do. Not hard.
All right, you guys, I did enjoy this episode. I will say this, at times I was so frustrated with certain characters. You know, of course, one of them being Laura Dannon. Like I said, I really wish that she did not leave the group, so she would not have been, you know, captured by Valentine and his, you know, disciples. But again, progression of the story. Now with the crew, you know, trying to find her, and of course the princess still, you know, feeling a certain way, and it's just like, okay, these things are happening, something totally unexpected that she would have never thought would ever happen, where her and this group of people put together all in the instance of trying to find her brother. We're set up in a situation where you see at the beginning, and they're discussing the situation in regards to this thing called the Lux Arcana, and I'm like, okay, where this is going to come back, you know, within the story. And we do see the scene of Borman and, you know, Kit going to find this thing that was considered, I think it was called the Solar Lamb or something. You can see a lot of deterioration or whatever. Things have changed. Clearly that was so long ago. But seeing Valentine, what's happening to him, and then seeing how eventually he comes, you know, and is confronted by Jade and then some others. It's unfortunate because certain things ends up happening, and the fact of them trying to get her back. She, you know, runs away, and then she ends up in the forest and comes across these two ladies. And I'm gonna tell you, that one scene, I'll be honest with you, when they realized that she told the full story of who she was, and they wanted to see the mark and all that, and they've heard about the stories and all that, and wanted to be of help. All that time was wasted where they could have been doing what they needed to do to get her out of there, protected. I would have loved to see these women, you know, be of service to them on the journey and all that and everything. That would have been nice, but of course, it was like filler. Now, when I thought the woman had the upper hand on, you know, Commander Valentine, I was like, okay, but she, you know, got a little arrogant and turned away, and he from the back. And then the other woman, you know, as soon as she lost her, I'm assuming her dear friend, she just like, you know, didn't know if she wanted to go. They're following her, and then she tried to run off, and they killed her. And he said, your arrogance got those women killed. And it is. She's been arrogant since she found out who she was. Not, of course, believing it, but then eventually trying to find her purpose of understanding this and trying to believe it's true. You out here making these dumb choices. And it's getting you in these situations you don't need to truly be in. If you would listen and stay with Willow and the rest of the group, listen, and you're dealing with the rest of them when they're in this little situation where they're fighting with Valentine and his disciples, half of them can't even fight. You see the scene of Jay saying it to Kit, like, you know, your mother wanted, you know, me, you know, to train with you this and this, but your mother, I let you win. And I was just like, because I was like, yeah, she probably can't fight. And seeing her going up against some of the guys, it's like, you really can't fight, girl. Now Jane can hold up here and there and all that, but Valentine being the one that trained her, you know, sometimes he get the upper hand on her and all that. But I'm like, girl, none of you ready. At least I can say with Borman, but then he had his moments. But you see what had to happen when Willow, you know, his dearest friend, you know, gets hurt, you know, in this situation. They're out, you know, and it's dark and it's dreary, this big cloud, you see, you know, the rain is pouring, all that. He gets hurt, and then Willow had to use some of his power. It's like he tried to avoid it because, as he said to his friend, I'm trying to save it for later because I know what's coming. He's had these visions. So, you know, I was kind of flustered with that. And then sadly Graydon's been infected, and it's just like, you know, where they're trying to get to, you see, they're like, no, we shouldn't go up here. But he's already like, we go at a location we should not really be at. And then you see him saying about, you know, what's happening where they end up at as well, which he was trying to avoid altogether. And I'm trying to remember what the name they said it was, Nockmar. So it's just, I'm looking forward to, excuse me, as they progress the storyline, you know, a little bit more wiser in some of the decisions. Now, mind you, listening to Kit talk to Borman about the situation with her father and all that, and him telling all these other parts of the story, and then he wants to heighten it up, but it's like, she just wants to know about her dad. I know you want to be on this whole, you know, trip of talking about this and this and that and other and whatever, but it's like, that's what she wants to know about her father. She wants to know, you know, clearly that's what she wants to know. Hence, when you see a little bit of discussion he has with Queen Sophia, it's like, She doesn't care about all this other stuff. Mind you, she's going to have to learn about it and know and be aware of what's going on. But this is where we are now. So I'm just looking forward to seeing this be a little bit of a life lesson with Kit, definitely with Elora Danon. It's like you're in the trenches now, sweetheart. You can't just go out here doing whatever you want, leaving the group, just this. You got 2 women killed. You know, Willow's dearest friend, when he left him to give this back to him, I'm assuming it must be his wife, and let her know I wasn't scared. You know, I was with my dearest friend, you know, helping to protect. I love that, you know. And now Willow, you know, is definitely here to do what he needs to do. And Laura now is like, buck up. It's time that he's going to start to show you train. Take this seriously. You can clearly see when she touched one of the guys, you know, the effect she has. So definitely we're seeing, you know, her power. She doesn't know that plant that actually, you know, did grow. We see Kit did see it. So I'm just really looking forward to seeing as time goes on what happens. I do feel for Jade when she had to put Valentin down. He said, you know, give, you know, mercy killing, please, you know, put me out of my misery. And she didn't want to do it. I'm like, girl, you have no choice. He had a moment where he could speak to her, directly to her, where he admitted he loved raising her, training her. That was one of the best things he's ever done. This the least you can do, put him out of his misery. He never wanted this truly to happen to himself. I'm just mad the Great is now going to probably go somewhat similar in the situation of being affected and all that. So overall, it really was a good episode. It was just like I stated, some parts are just but I'm enjoying this, and I look forward to the next episode. With that said, you guys comment below, let me know what you think, and with that, I will see you guys in the next reaction. You guys take care.